if you are tired of hoping, if you're tired of manifesting, if you're tired of doing spiritual things with no result, then you need a rebranding. You need a strategy that blends branding psychology, energy mastery, self-concept rewiring, and soul level identity alignment. And I'm going to use marketing psychology to explain to you what I mean by that. And by the end of this video, I promise you that your SB is going to come chasing you. It's going to call you. It's going to text you. They're going to unblock you. They're going to do whatever they need to do to have you, because you are the SB. You are the special person. You are the specific person. You're going to stop chasing right now. You're going to become that desire, that object of their desire. Keep watching until the end. So keep this in mind. You're not manifesting slowly because you are broken or anything is wrong with you or you're a weak manifester. Get this into your thick skull. I'm sorry. Get this into your head. You are not manifesting slowly, or you're not manifesting at all. It's not because you're a weak manifester. You might have some blockages. You might need to regulate your nervous system, but that is for another video. But I want you to know this. You're manifesting slowly because you're marketing yourself as a product that nobody wants, not even that specific person that you're trying to manifest. You're marketing yourself the wrong way. But hear me out. It's not your fault. By the way, I'm not trying to imply that you're a product. So bear with me here. You're going to understand by the end of the video what I mean by that. You've been taught to chase what you want instead of becoming the energy that attracts it automatically. That's not your fault. That's what you've been taught. I was taught that until I had to deprogram that teaching. The most magnetic people that you see, they're not just trying or they're not just manifesting. They have learned to position themselves in the marketplace of reality. And this is what I do in my one-on-one coaching session. I teach my clients how to stop being the consumer and how to become the market maker of their reality. And this, if you book a session with me, I guarantee you, you're going to walk out of there so powerful that your SB is not going to be able to resist you any longer. You are not the chaser, you are the demand. So let's get deeper into the video. So there's a concept in marketing psychology that's called demand generation. Companies, understand that the market doesn't say this is what we need. They create a product that the market didn't even know that they would ever need, but realize that this product becomes indispensable. Think of Apple. Apple created the iPhone. You may be using this iPhone right now to watch me, to do everything that has to do with your life. Did you know that the iPhone would become literally part of your life as much as it has today? No. Apple decided that we're going to create a product that people are going to desperately need for their everyday life. By solving a problem people didn't even know they had, Apple created a demand by showing us what was possible. Sarah Blakely, for instance, right? She created Spanx. Did people or women in particular ever think about a body shape wear? Nobody's going around thinking that I need a body shape wear in my life. But guess what? She created a product that elevated the demand for it. So the product became, again, indispensable. So you have to think of yourself. I know, I'm not saying that you're a product. You're not an object. You're a human being with feelings and a heart and all that. But you can position yourself, like a product in demand, that people are ready to pay whatever price it is to put their hands on that product. That's why you are the SP. That's why you are the special person. You are the specific person. The moment you stop being a consumer and you become, the product in demand, you don't sit around waiting for somebody to choose you. You shift your identity and presence so powerfully that what you want is drowned in by your energetic clarity. You become so clear about who you are that whatever you want is drowned in by that very energy, that magnetic energy. Make yourself the SP. Make yourself the specific person, the special person, because you are. And then you will see that your SP will chase you instead of you chasing your SP. And I see people talking about SPs everywhere. When, baby, you are the SP. You stop chasing the SP. You stop expecting them to give you a call or to write you or to email or text you or unblock you. Hoping somebody unblocks you. When you are the SP, they're not the SP. You are. You don't sit around for someone to pick you. You shift your identity in presence so powerfully that what you want is drowned in by your energetic clarity. Apple didn't go into the market hesitating on their value. They positioned themselves on a very high scale, high-priced product. The people who would see their need, the need for the iPhone, will pay the money for it. Everything in one, a music player, a camera, a computer, a social device, is what, they created, and the demand came. This is where manifestation, and marketing meet, in my opinion. So what are you today when it comes to your SB or your relationship? Who do you think you are? Who do you say you are? How do you position yourself? Are you on a pedestal or are you a carpet? Now you can understand how self-concept, or psychological positioning is important. I wanted to use marketing psychology in order for you to understand, demand. So you have to become the demand so that you're not a consumer all the time. And it goes in everything in life. Most people are made to be a consumer because that's what companies want. They want you to consume what they have. There's nothing wrong with that, don't get me wrong, because, there are companies that are making exceptional products that we need to make our lives easier. So I will never say do not fall for it, because we need to be consuming at some point. But when you are the sole consumer, you are the chaser at all times, then you're not creating value. So you need to reverse this and you position yourself where you become valuable, that you are positioned at such a high scale that person that you so desire, that man or that woman, you become the object of their desire. And they will do whatever, they'll move mountains to be with you. Because if you are constantly chasing them and hoping that they will text you and unblock you and call you, you are at their mercy. Reverse it. Start saying, me in my sessions with my clients, I tell them this: you are the SB. And when you become the SB, this is what life mirrors back to you. Neuroscience says it. You program yourself that way. First of all, you need to deprogram yourself from this whole SB conception. You're not chasing an SB. You're not after an SB. You're not manifesting an SB when you already are the specific person, when you are already the special person. I don't teach that. I don't talk like these other coaches, that say that you need, how you can manifest your SB. We're not manifesting shit, because we are it. When you are it, you already have it in spirit. You know within yourself that you are that you are seeking. Then there's no need for you to try to manifest anything. We talk about manifestation. Me personally, I talk about manifestation because I want you to understand that once you attain it in spirit, it will manifest in the flesh. It will manifest at the three-dimensional, reality, which is here, physical reality. But you already attained it because you are that. You give it to yourself before you receive it here. In manifestation, like I said, I'm talking about psychological positioning here. You are the brand. Think of yourself like Apple. They position their products, their brand at such a high scale. People that own Apple products are people that actually, can afford them. In other places of the world, not everybody can afford an iPhone. Unfortunately, that's the reality. Because you are presenting yourself in the mind of the universe or the subconscious as the brand. In manifestation, you are the brand. If you see yourself as unworthy, not ready, still healing, you're positioning yourself as a low value product, an unfinished product, a refurbished product. Are you kidding me? You think God made any refurbished product? An unfinished product? A product that needs healing? That let me wait? I need to drop 50 pounds? No. You already perfectly made. God did not make any mistake. We're talking about products here. I'm talking about Apple making products that can be broken, thrown out, whatever, right? You are God. Or if you don't want to say that, you are a child of God. You cannot be unfinished, still healing, still needs to lose weight. You are not a refurbished product. You cannot be placing yourself as a low value product because that's not what you are. You literally have to brand yourself as always chosen because that's just what it is. I am chosen. Reality will conform. because maybe there's a lot to deprogram within yourself. That's why the reprogramming is not happening right away, because the deprogramming needs to happen first. And one more thing I want to say here, you are the matrix. There's no matrix outside of your mind. The matrix is happening within yourself. You have to break free from the matrix within yourself first. This is for another video. When you shift your self-concept, you become what in marketing they call category of one. I'm going to explain to you what I mean by that. When you shift your self-concept, there's no competition. Who can compete with Apple? I've worked, with Apple products, okay? The price of an Apple product rarely, if not ever, never drops. Whereas Samsung, the price fluctuates so much in the market, you cannot make an investment with Samsung products like that, like phones in particular. Okay, so I've worked with an Apple distributor, official Apple distributor, so I know what I'm talking about. The Apple price never drops. As a matter of fact, it goes higher and higher, especially when they drop new phones every year, every September or October, depending on when they drop the phone, So the price of the product only goes higher. It never drops. So it's very consistent. It's very constant. Samsung fluctuates all the time. So you can sell it for 500 today, and then, 2 months later, the same phone is at 300. So you become that category of one product where there's no competition. You become the only choice because this is how you show up energetically. Your SP will not miss your energy for nothing in the world, because you show up as that category of one product. If anything, your price only goes up. Please bear with me. You're not a product. I'm not trying to make you into a product. I'm just trying to open your mind so that you can shift your reality and shift your self-concept and shift your spirit so that you can attain what you're looking for. Or you can become that first. Let me rectify, so that you can become that, and then it will come to you every time, easily, effortlessly, by divine grace, like Scoville Sheen always says. How do you shift that energy field? Let's go into it. This is what people get most of the time they get wrong, okay? They do the visualizations, they do the affirmations, and all of those things that they do, but they never really shift internally. No high-level brand is begging anybody to buy. We can take an example of a Bentley. Do you see any commercials for Bentleys? Do you see any commercials for Maseratis? Those high-branded cars. Do you see commercials for them? No, never. So they're not begging anyone to come and get them. Those who have the money, those who can afford it, they just go to them. Period. They're positioned as a category of one. There's no competition. They communicate value so subtly without trying too much, because that's how magnetic they are. Not only they create emotional resonance, they assume authority. This is how they communicate their value, by creating emotional resonance and assuming authority. You have to become that. This is how you shift within, internally. No matter how many affirmations you do of visualization technique, you can still do them. There's nothing wrong with that, because you are building yourself. You're building your spirit. You're building your self-concept. You're building your mindset. There's nothing wrong with adding that to your daily routine. But you have to know within yourself that you are, obviously, the commanding power. You are the authority. But you are the one who's also, communicating value by creating the emotional resonance. Your SP has to see you as that woman or that man that she or he needs in her or his life. Because if he doesn't see that value to have you in his life or her life, then there's no connection here. Then you are going to be the one to chase them. Buy me, take me, marry me. No, it doesn't work that way. Create value for yourself. Put yourself on that pedestal. So this is how technically you need to operate with your own desires. What big companies, how they position themselves and how they actually create demand for the products that they're making. Start thinking of yourself that way, without making yourself into an object. You're not an object. You are a child of God. Remember that. Your spirit, your God manifested in the flesh. You're just trying to position yourself in a way that your SP, wants you. And actually, they're manifesting you. Because that's what happens at the end of the day. They want you so badly that they cannot resist. They're suffocating without you. When you want love, you become the woman or the man who is already loved. That's your value. You are already loved. As a matter of fact, you are love personified. So if you are that, why do you need to chase that? Anything that is love, that is emitting love, as an energy, as a love energy, is going to gravitate towards you, because you are love. When you want money, you become the version of you who manages and multiplies wealth. You become that woman, you become that man. You have it played in your head, different estates that you have, the money that you're investing in the stock market, where you're spending that money, you flying first class and stuff like that. You start being that in spirit. And once you align with that energy in spirit, don't go out there spending all your money. This is happening in imagination. In spirit, and I talk about that, your spirit needs to become, resilient. Then this is how money comes to you, easily, effortlessly. Again, like Skovulsion says, by divine grace. How to rebrand your identity energetically. Regulate your nervous system if you have to. I don't care. Do not listen to anyone that says you don't need to regulate anything. These people that are saying those things are people that have already done the work to remove all contrasting barriers. Once they've removed the barriers, of course they're going to manifest, because at the core of who we are manifestors. We're all powerful. There's nothing about you that is not powerful. You're born powerful. Even as a thought in God's mind, you were already powerful. You just need to catch up to that knowledge, know it and own it. And that's how you own reality. When you know who you are, you're going to act and move in the world as that. So you got to become the thought leader, the authority figure already has everything. That's how you become the power, the commanding power. I teach you how to rebrand your identity energetically so that your desires are magnetized to you like clockwork. Easy and simple. This is what I teach. So if you want to work with me, you will find the link in my bio. Start shifting your identity today. Last but not least, even in spiritual systems like Haitian spirituality, okay, they talk about the branding, and I'm going to explain to you how. We understand that power flows through presence. They talk about presence so much. I do my affirmations in front of a mirror by doing this. I am love. I am that. I am that. So EFT tapping is what they call it. Modern science or modern spirituality, I don't know. It's what they call it. But ancient spirituality, I am that. Don't mess with me. Yeah, we know that. So there's power in presence. There's power in positioning yourself in the marketplace of reality. Who do you say you are? Are you a low value product or a high value product like an Apple iPhone? Work from that place and you'll see that when you think of yourself as the SB, as the specific person, as the special person, you're commending all these motherfuckers out there. I'm sorry to use that language. I don't want to use that language. I'm so sorry. I apologize. But this is what it is. You do that, that man or that woman is going to drool over you. They're like, I need to have this woman in my life. I need to have this man in my life. I want a piece of his energy. I want a piece of him or her. If you're constantly chasing, doubting, or dimming your energy, you are unavailable to the very thing that you're asking for. You must claim the seat before your invitation arrives. You cannot position yourself as a low-value product and expect to be the chosen one all the time. They bypass you because nobody wants anything that has no value. That's it, baby. This is what I wanted to share with you today, and I hope this resonates with you. Again, if you want to work with me, there's a link in the description or in my bio. Reach out to me. Let's continue to prosper together. God bless you. My name is Kati, and this is the Metaphysical Babes. You are a metaphysical babe. I am the metaphysical babe. Today is the day that I've made. I will rejoice and I'll be glad in it. Thank you.